everybody, it's Elizabeth of Noonan Carnegie Library, and today we're going to talk about T.J. Klune's The House in the Cerulean Sea. T.J. Klune is just an awesome author. He is a Lambda Literary Award winner. His voice is just enchanting and delightful. The way he tells a story just draws you right in. I really enjoy reading most everything that he writes, but this one in particular was just delightful. So our narrator in The House in the Cerulean Sea, Linus Baker, is a very buttoned up, by the book caseworker, and he's a child advocate of sorts, and he works for the department in charge of magical youth. So his job is to oversee magical children in the world that he lives in that don't have adults in their life. They don't have parents, they don't have family members that can take care of them. So they live in orphanages or other homes like that. And his job is to go around and make sure that their living situation is good. So just like caseworkers here or child advocates here would work with children and see after their needs. And while Linus is a very buttoned up person and a very stayed by the book, by the rules, he even has an extra set of rules book that his agency puts out that he keeps at home so that he can read it, a little like reading in the evenings with his cat. But like I said, while he is a very buttoned up and very by the books kind of person, he also really does very much care for the children that he looks after, and his job is to make sure that they are being taken care of in this world. So his little quiet life that he leads is upended one day when he is called in by extremely upper management in the department in charge of magical youth. And this is unheard of. So extremely upper management, they are not seen, they are not observed except once a year at a department-wide meal that they serve to everyone in appreciation of their work. I believe he says it's dried ham and poorly done mashed potatoes that they dish out to everyone for their 15-minute lunch break that they get. So again, this is an agency that's very strict and very much by the rules, and Linus Baker is very much a part of that rule abidement. So he's called in by extremely upper management, and they have tasked him with a job to go to a faraway orphanage that has only 6 children in it, and the leader of that orphanage is a man named Arthur Parnassus, and Linus is to go and spend a month in the orphanage, and here he will find 6 particularly dangerous magical children, including one very small boy with black hair named Lucy. And Lucy is short for Lucifer. And Lucifer introduces himself as Hellfire, the darkest parts, the father of snakes, the void in the, well, you get the picture. And his job is to decide if these children are indeed potentially dangerous enough to bring about the end of the world. So he goes to this orphanage with this very dire job to not only see if these children are being taken care of, but if they are a danger to the world in which he lives. And what he finds there instead is a series of mysterious figures, including the townspeople that live outside of the orphanage, that the orphans don't interact with, and that seem to not like the orphanage or the orphans, except for one individual woman who runs the garden shop. And so he finds this very mysterious situation in this orphanage that is located on an outcropping by the sea, a beautiful ocean that he finds enchanting. And he finds these children who also are very mysterious figures. Some of them have histories that he can't quite decipher, lineages that are unusual in the extreme, more so than most of the magical children that he's dealt with so far. And Arthur Parnassus, who runs the orphanage, is also a mystery of sorts. And while he's figuring all this out, even little Lucy becomes a delightful mystery. that he has to unravel and figure out whether this child is dangerous or just a child who needs to be taken care of. And that's what Arthur Parnassus seems to believe, that these children need to be loved and cared for. And so he discovers along the way that there's a sort of unexpected story here about what it means to be a family and what it means to love and to be loved in return. And this story was just the most enchanting read. T.J. Klune has just done an outstanding job with this. The children each have these amazing personalities where they are just like children you may know in your life, at once contrary and delightful and afraid and loving and needy, and all of the things that you expect children to be, and all of the things that make children frustrating and enjoyable and delightful. And so Linus has to figure this out. He has to figure out what to do about these children, what to do about Arthur Parnassus and this orphanage, and what to do about extremely upper management and his job at the department in charge of magical youth. So this book was just a wonderful read. I cannot recommend it highly enough. I honestly, I hope you guys come and find this book and read it. And there will be a second one to this coming out, I believe, in September, so we will have that as well. Come find this on our review shelf here at the Newnan Carnegie Library. Like I said, I can't recommend it highly enough. It was an absolutely delightful read. And thank you so much for joining me for this review. And please do check out all of our other videos and things on our YouTube channel, and our Instagram and our Twitter, and our Facebook page as well. And please find our website at newnancarnegie.com. And thank you so much for joining me for this review. I hope to see everybody again soon. The House in the Cerulean Sea.